hi everyone. Here is your community reading for April already. We are here. Oh, and let's see what April's going to bring us. Hopefully some good news. Just having a little shuffle. Some lovely cards here. So we've got the Four of Swords, which is about rest and recuperation, regathering your energy before the next battle. We've got the Chariot, which is a card of progress, but it's progress with focus and determination. Yeah, you know, you can make progress, but you've got to really work for it. The Ace of Cups, emotional new beginnings. Beautiful, he doesn't love that. And Justice, which is the card of balance and fairness. It's the card of Libra. Okay, so let's get some clarification and see if we can start expanding on this. So we've got the Four of Swords. What do you want to tell us about the Four of Swords? Okay. Ooh, okay. So, this is a bit of a contradiction going on here. So we've got the Eight of Wands, which is about action and, you know, progress and rushing around. And then we've got the Devil, which is a card of sort of control and manipulation, situations that are dragging us down, things that we're obsessing about, sort of addictive behaviours from, you know, anything gambling, overspending, that kind of thing. With the Four of Swords, which is about resting and regathering your energy. So it could well be that we've had a really busy time, and like I say with the Devil, it's just like a situation that's dragging you down or controlling you in some way. So it could have been that we have been rushing around, giving all our energy to others, and the result of this is that we're a bit exhausted, to be honest with you. That's how I see this playing out here. And it's very difficult. Sometimes it's very difficult to say no to people, people that are stuck at home, and you know, you have to do things for them because they can't go out. You can't change the situation. You're kind of enslaved to it. You have your duties, you have your responsibilities, and it can get, you know, you can sort of end up with not enough time for yourself to do the self-care. So let's see how this goes with the Chariot. Start getting a bigger picture. Such a butterfingers today. I need to take a rest, that's for sure. I need to take the Four of Swords advice. Okay. I'm going to have you, because you threw yourself out in a nice way, and then I think we'll just roll with this. Okay, the Chariot. So a card of focus and determination to make progress, and we have got the Seven of Pentacles, which is about reaping the rewards of your hard work, and the Death card, which is about transformation. So obviously the Chariot and the Seven of Pentacles go quite well together, in that you've focused, you've worked hard, you're going to reap the rewards, but then you're going to be faced with this death is, like, everyone goes, oh, death's quite a scary card. I quite like it because I think a fresh start is a good thing. But if you're going to work so hard, why would you stop and throw it all away and start again? Maybe this actually is about a fresh start for for you where you are going to be more focused on the things you want, and getting the rewards for yourself, actually. Having spent all that time giving to everyone else, to, you know, have that fresh start and to focus on yourself and the things you can do for yourself. Let's carry on and see what the Ace of Wands is going to tell us, because Ace of Wands is about an emotional beginning. You know, something of an emotional nature that's restarting. So maybe this is almost like, I always feel like with the beginning of every season, because it's a zodiacal new year, and we all make our New Year's resolutions in January, and then January and February are just cold and dark and nothing seems to happen, you know. You kind of go out running for a week and it's freezing cold out there, and the beast from the east turns up and everything just grinds to a halt, really, doesn't it? So all those New Year's resolutions, I find personally, it's better to make them in March and April time when the sun's coming out, and it's just easier to implement things like that and get stuff like that going. So maybe this is about you focusing on your New Year's resolutions. Ooh, lovely. So we've got the Six of Cups and the Moon. The Six of Cups is about nostalgia, things from the past that bring happy memories. The Moon is also an emotional card, but it can be about, if you think of the Moon, the way it waxes and wanes, you know, we have the new moon to the full moon, it controls the tides which go in and out. So there's this fluctuation of emotions. There's a sense of illusion about it as well. So maybe you're fooling yourself a little bit. You know, we can look back at the past with rose-tinted glasses and think, oh, it was so wonderful then and everything was so much easier. And sort of like, you know, try and trick ourselves. You know, thinking that, oh, now everything's so bad, and do you remember the good old days a couple of years ago when we go out and eat in restaurants and go down pubs and have fun and stuff like that, you know, but actually you have to deal with what is in the, you know, in the moment, and not sort of like, you know, live in this world of fantasy, looking back with the rose tinted glasses on. And maybe that's what you've been doing, actually, just to help you get through the past year. You sort of reminisce when you've got nothing going on in the moment, you know, when you can't go out and do stuff, you do reminisce and look back and go, oh, do you remember we could just jump in the car and go places? I mean, that was so awesome. We didn't appreciate it at the time, but yeah, there's been so much emotion attached to everything that's been going on. So yeah, I feel like you've been giving and sacrificing, wearing yourself out. You're looking for a fresh start. You're looking for, you know, something new to focus on, actually, and work towards. And it's going to be something quite emotional for you, and you've got to be careful not to try and recreate the past, but to actually look at what we've got now and what you can do now, and look at that fresh start, where you are and not, you know, where you were as such. Let's see what Justice tells us. Justice is a lovely card. You know, it's of the mind. You know, we've got a lot of emotions tied up in this, and Justice might give us some balance to those emotional decisions that are being made. And now I'm warming up with my shuffling. I don't know what was going on with my shuffling. It's not like I don't do enough of it. I've always been clumsy. Oh, there we go. Right, let's just leave it there. Oh, lovely. Okay, let's move you out of the way this side. So, we've got the Fool and we've got the Five of Wands. The Fool is the first card of the Major Arcana. He's the initiator. He's the one that's going out on his adventures, you know, carefree, and again, maybe a little, it's like he's sort of taking this leap of faith, and maybe not completely rooted in reality. There's a lot of fantasy going on with the Fool. Sometimes, you know, you need to get back in touch with your inner child, make that leap of faith, and just go for it. But you know, it's quite a risky thing to do sometimes. So I think Justice is there to sort of root that feeling of just wanting to run off and like do crazy things, and Justice is sort of like weighing that down and saying balance it out, because the Five of Wands is very much a card of conflict about you know, everyone's chipping in with their different opinions. So you know, you can't just throw all your responsibilities away on a fantasy and run off without looking at the practicalities of things. And I think this is how this is playing out to me, because I've got this balance of cards that at the top there's a lot of sort of fantasy, illusion, sort of running away, doing what you please, and along the bottom here I've got the Chariot and Justice, which are both sort of trying to ground things and say, hang on, be sensible, use your head. You know, you can't just throw everything to the wind and go off carefree. You've got responsibilities and you've got to think things through, because this will take, you know, this could cause some friction at the end of the day. You know, maybe people have been relying on you, or you know, you're suddenly feeling a bit rebellious and you don't want to do the stuff that you have been doing, and people are going to be like, oh, hang on a minute, we've been relying on you, you know, how can you just drop us in it like this because you're in a bit of a weird mood. So yeah, I just think you're coming out of a period of quite busy, like sort of busyness and stressfulness, and you're feeling a bit wrung out, and what you want to do is focus on you and just do fun things. But unfortunately life is not always about the fun things, and it's about getting that balance right between what you want to do, you know, what your heart is saying, like, you know, I just want to go on, I want to go on an adventure, I want to go on a holiday, I want to do all the fun things we used to do. And there is this element of possibility and opportunity to do that coming up, but you can't just rush off straight away. There's got to be some forethought, some planning, and a bit more sort of focus to your plans than just sort of, you know, chucking the dog and the kids in the car and driving off to Scotland. We can't all do that yet. So yeah, that's what I feel April is. There's a real conflict of emotions this month about what you want to do and what you have to do. And I think it's so close now, isn't it? It's so close. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're all looking forward to summer so much and being able to do all the things we used to do, but it's not quite here yet. So, you know, be patient and don't rush it. It will get here in its own sweet time. Okay, so that's April for you. There's a lot going on, actually. There's a lot going on in this reading. So yeah, look after yourselves. Take that rest that the Four of Swords is recommending, and just try and stay emotionally balanced and don't do anything reckless. Okay? Bye then.